This game drop is almost complete according to Mojang. They just released Snapshot 25W33A, and within that announcement, they actually just said that all the features are officially in testing, and they're going to begin working on their next game drop and telling us about it very soon. So let's go ahead and get into that and all the new features. Starting us off here, occasionally, Iron Golems will offer a poppy to the Copper Golem and put it on their head, so we're just gonna sit here and watch until this happens, because it can't take too long, can it? You know what, I think we need to increase our opportunities in order for this to work, so I'm just gonna like quickly build a couple of walls, and then build a couple more golems, just to make sure we're all set. Okay, and just like that, we should have pretty good opportunity for this to happen, so we'll just sit back and relax. Aha, there it is, yes. See? He's giving it to the little guy down there. And then, in a second, it should go right on his head. Come on, take it. I won't interfere. I'll stand away. Oh, there's another one. There he is, see? He's got it on his head now. And then, when they turn into statues, that will pop off. But yes, there you go. There you have it. Copper golems can now wear poppies, and they can be given by iron golems putting them on their heads. So you just gotta create like a little farm like this almost, and just let them do their thing. It seems to happen every like 5 minutes or so, because I've been sitting here for about 5 minutes. So now let's say you were way up in the sky and your elytra broke, and you were trying to type out a really cool message, and you're like, subscribe to KingRegNog, and then you die. And you'd lose all that beautiful message that was so important to tell your friends. Well, if you respawn, it saves it as a draft. So now we can finish up the rest of our message and say, subscribe to KingRegNog, he's really cool. He makes lots of cool Minecraft update videos and tutorials. And just like that, your friends would know exactly why they should subscribe to me. In last week's Snapshot, they changed the shelf block to have all the items facing on the bottom of the shelf, so they're actually sitting on it. But they reverted that change because of some creativity concerns. But they did make the items larger, and I overall think that this was the right idea. This does look better than before. I kind of wish they still sat on the bottom of the shelf, but I also completely and totally understand why they don't. There's also no mention of green fire coming to the game. Unfortunately, it looks like that might be a lost cause, at least for now. There is one new feature that I'm sure a lot of people are going to be clickbaiting, and that is related to the end. There's probably a lot of people saying this is an end update. It doesn't necessarily mean anything like that. In fact, there is a small visual change within the end related to vibrant visuals coming to Java Edition. And so we're going to go over there and I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. So as you can see, the end is a little different looking. And I don't know if you could see that, the color of the lighting changed from the sky. So as you can see, this looks like the normal end we know and love, where it's kind of bland, nothing too special going on here. But every once in a while, there's a purple flash from the sky that affects the color of all the lighting around here and makes a huge purple effect across the entire end, just like this. And as you can see, that is a part of Vibrant Visuals coming to Java Edition. If that's not cool, I don't know what is, but that is epic. That is really, really cool, and I'm hopeful to keep seeing features like that make their way to the game as we get closer and closer to Vibrant Visuals launching. This could, of course, also be hinting towards an end update at some point in time, but I think that is a foolish game to play, trying to bank on the end update coming because there was one feature added to the end. That's like saying they're going to add every Minecraft mob that was not added in the mob votes because they added the Copper Golem. That's like saying that they're going to add... That's like saying they're going to add a new dimension because they added a portal structure within the files, and it's never been used and it was in the ancient cities, you know. They're all very good guesses, and like obviously, yes, they're gonna add another dimension at some point to Minecraft. That is without a shadow of a doubt. There's so many things they could do with another dimension, but they're trying to work on fixing the rest of the game first. It's easier to focus on one problem than trying to spread your attention across multiple problems. Adding a new dimension would be like adding a new nether. You want to make sure you do it absolutely right, especially with the way the game is set up right now. They don't want to have to be doing Nether Update 3, Nether Update 4, you know. They want to try to get everything done within one update if they can. Right now what they're doing is game drops to try to get us to kind of have a more complete game loop overall, addressing some of the minor issues that are within the game, like crafting with the crafter, or like item sorting with the Copper Golem, or just with visuals, with vibrant visuals. There's plenty of options for them to work with right now. The end update, I don't think is coming for another year or two, more than likely. Same thing with the new dimension. That won't come until after the end update, because the end update, whoa, there's thunder whenever that effect happens. That's cool. There's just so many things that need to happen before those two things really should happen. So I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I know that's not the answer everybody wants to hear, but I do think it is probably the most realistic answer for the time being. With that, everything that is new within the snapshot has been covered. I will be covering all the game drops features in a future video when the game drop actually releases. So expect to see that within the coming weeks or month. Given that all the features are now out within the testing branch, I would assume that we've probably got about a month of bug fixes, and then the drop will release. And when the drop releases, we'll also probably hear some news about the next Minecraft Live, which is when they'll announce their next game drop, and it'll have a whole bunch of new features for us to test. It'll be kind of like when they released the Happy Gas, or before that when they did the creaking. You know, it's going to be very similar to that. We're just going to have to wait and see. It'll be really cool, though. I can't wait to see it with you all. And I think that's it. I'm rambling. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.